Well, we certainly hope everybody enjoyed their 3-day weekend. We got a big week next week coming up with the Belmont Stakes. Get back into the swing of things this week with a terrific Terry Tuesday. Crypto codes, race 1 and 5, your best bet. How about that? Race 2, 3, and 4. Race 3, number 3. There you go for best bets. Good morning, Don Johnson. Hope everybody enjoyed their time off. As always, we got some free stuff. We never give that any days off. Today's free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet is Thistledown Casino. You know, I always used to think it was Thistle Downs. And then it seems like it would make more sense to me to make it Thistle Downs. But anyway, it's a Jack Casino place. Pretty Patty. First pick of the day for a 27,500 claiming race. And then, of course, you can find that link in the description below on YouTube if you haven't done so already. You know all the good things. Hit the subscribe button, share our content, tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best recommendation and endorsement that one can get. Of course, any interactivity, if you have some thoughts, some picks, some comments, please let us know in the comment section wherever you're watching. It helps boost our search engine scores. A very easy way to help the show. When the show is over, speaking of which, over at horseracingtoday.net, we'll post our picks, our thoughts, a little bit of a photo from Nancy Wilkerson, who does some work for us over in the West Coast for the Margarita Stakes, for a My Racehorse horse that won on the weekend. Of course, when you're there, hit that HRT gear button, hook yourself up with a sweatshirt, a hat. You can save a little bit of money right now. Maybe we can make a little bit of money to offset the cost of all that, Terry. As we do around here, we make our picks on Monday and Tuesday, today being Tuesday, for Parx.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a 6.5 furlong race. It's a maiden claiming race, $25,000 claiming price. Purse $26,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes. So for 6.5 furlongs, the profile of a winner favors horses that are middle forward, stalkers. They do great. Still a pretty big percent, 31% managed to win on the lead. The post positions favor horses to the inside better than they do to the outside, although 8 and out tend to perform better than the horses in the middle, 4 through 7. 1,000 simulations, Terry, in our smart sheets. There is a link to the smart sheets for today's show in the description on YouTube, as well as a link for the explanations. I kind of looked through a lot of stuff on the weekend. They identify a lot of pretty good horses in there, Terry. It identifies who's going to be on the lead here and who will those horses be.
Well, there's 3 of them that have pretty similar speed numbers, although the one has the most speed. Just depends on who gets the best break, I think, and the best decision by the jockey who's going to get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, if you look at the early pace numbers, some pretty good, strong similarities, but it does look like the 1 and the 2 have the best chance to get out forward. One of the things we like to look at, Terry, is which horses have already proven they can hit the par speed figure, in this case being 79, and only 1 in this race so far that's done that.
Yeah, only the 2 has done it in the past, although now today the 2 and the 7 have a chance to equal or exceed the par speed number, as the 7 got a maybe last time, came within 1 point of doing it.
Mm-hmm. And here we see par plus 1,000 simulations, where we calculate a projected speed figure, and 399 out of 1,000 times. Matzabal Muhammad, he actually did generate a speed figure in our projections of 79 or higher. Here we have our race shape. Terry, got 2 horses that want to be on the lead, nothing in the middle, 3 closers, and a horse that's not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. This pattern usually favors speed, Terry, and it looks like one horse really likes this pattern.
Yeah, though number 1 is going to be very comfortable in this race, as it's above 50%, the threshold that we think a horse needs to be above for the comfort zone numbers.
Yeah, well, comfort zone, again, we do 1,000 simulations. We overlay today's projected pace and see how closely today's race will match their best performances. Speaking of best performances, the 2-horse last time out, Matzabal Muhammad, a 15-point last race speed figure edge over everybody else. That's a big, big, big gap. Andrew Beyer says 3 is more than enough. That 2-horse also tops our total pace number there. Every 5 points equals about 1 length, so 1.5 length more early and late speed than the rest. Top 4 total pace horses generate a little more than 7 out of 10 winners. Terry, who is your winner in the opener for us this week?
Well, I like that too. Matzabal Muhammad or Muhammad. He ran second versus Simmer his last race. His early speed running style helps the chances. Best dirt speed is fast among today's stars. Got a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 5 Midnight Dreamers, second choice, ran third in his debut race after being very wide during the race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 7, the Warhead. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My third choice, my long shot's the 1, Smoky Places. He ran fourth in his last race after being bumped and stumbling at the start, which took away his chances. And the rail post went in an 18% clip, and he has a high percentage trainer. The first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 2, 5, 7 with the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 1, 3 with the 1, 4, a $40 ticket.
So we see the pick 4 in exact reverse order in terms of strategy. I think Matsubal Muhammad with that 15-point last race speed figure, he's got to come down a lot or everybody else has got to go up. He's the top total pace horse, more than a length and a half, and the only yes horse. Lots of reasons to like Matsubal Muhammad, and the bettors do like him, 4-5 right now. Midnight Dreamer, the 5 horse is my second selection. Most upside, just its second career start, so big pop possible. Number 1, Smoky Places. This one should be your pace setter on the rail. That's the best place to be from post position wise. And then the 7 horse showed better pace early, better pace late last time. Some of the most back class in the field. I'm going to do my 50-cent pick 4, 2, 5 with 3, 4, and then all with 1, 2, 4, 5. We have $100 to spend however we like, or invest, as we call it around here. 1, 2, 5, 7 with the 2, getting $13 to win as well. We'll point out that Terry's best bet did win on Thursday. That was a big profitable bet, and I turned my money into about $300 as well out of 100 or 270. I don't remember, but it was a good day overall for both of us. So that's why we do the Benny and the bets. Real quick, Terry, let's run through race number 2 because our friend Don Johnson likes when we get the early double made. So let's do that.
1 mile and 70 yards, a claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, $30,000 purse for 3-year-olds.
1 mile and 70 yards. You're looking for horses that can get to the front 33% of the time. They win on the lead. Inside's better than outside. So we're looking for some inside speed, Terry, in race number 2.
Okay, well, you can look here and see that the 4 should get out of that gate and get to that quarter pole first, although the 3 and the 1 could have something to say about it. But the 4 has double the money or double the percentage of the rest of the horses.
Yeah, also top pace in terms of that. We got a 2 horse there with the most late speed. If all these go too fast, that one could lick his chops and say, let's get to it. 4 is Lone E, Terry. Everybody else middle back. That should favor the 4 if he can get out to the front. 4 has okay C-zone in here, Terry. 3, 4, 6, and 1 are our top 4 total pace horses, with the 3 owning a 14-point last race speed figure, Terry. He also owns the top pick for both of us in race number 2.
That's right. I like that 3. He won his last race at Laurel Park by 9 lengths. His best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 1, Reeling and Dealing, is my second choice. Won his last race, Parx Racing. The rail post winning 20% clip. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 4 Bottles, my third choice, has won 3 out of the last 4 starts. He finished 4th in the last race as a favorite, but he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 50% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And then he has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 6, Captain Crush, finished in the money in the last 2 races, finished second in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. He's my long shot. I'm going to play the second pick for Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 1, 3 with the 1, 4 with the 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, $50 ticket.
Again, we're just kind of like accordioning, oppositing our pick 4s. Urban Symphony, my first call, does have that top last race speed figure, 14 points higher than the next closest horse. It also has Jamie Ness and Mikel Sanchez, the dynamic duo of Ben, Salem, Pennsylvania. Bottles, that 4 horse is a Lone E in there, Terry. Should be on the front. He's an all or nothing pace setter. When he gets out to the lead and keeps it, he's won 3 out of 6. Otherwise, he's missed the money overall. Captain Crush. I heard that Captain Crunch is like one of the worst cereals you can eat. I don't know. Taste-wise, it doesn't fit that. But in any case, last time out, ran at this level, missed by a neck. The fractions were a little bit slower, so maybe a bit deceiving. And then Reeling and Dealing. This one is very consistent. All of the pace numbers you can see right here last time out. in the middle and out, or better at the end of the race for a horse that's moving up a little bit in class. For me, Terry, I'm going to do a pick 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, all, and then a $5 exact key box 3 over the 1, 4, 6. I don't know that we'll get 6 to 1, but maybe we can get 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, which would be nice. Speaking of some value, Terry, here in race number 1 that's about to kick off, let's take a look at our simulated odds over here to see if there's any value. 3 to 5 on the lone yes horse, so no value there. Looks like the biggest value here is the 4. We had that at 6 to 1, and that's currently 19 to 1. The 3 horse we have at 11-1. That's currently 8 to 1. So those two, the 3 and the 4, offer the best betting value. So perhaps a $1 3-4 exacta box could be a very profitable bet if they were to come home like that. Looks like the 1 horse, he don't want to go into gates. Rearing up, being uncooperative, the jockey has gotten off. He's like, folks, didn't you know it was a 3-day weekend? I don't want to work today. I think that's probably how most people in the country feel after having off a Monday, right? Tuesday is that much more difficult to go to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we are with this 1 horse right now. You don't want to go to work. Smoky Places wants to go to a place to rest instead. As do I, to be honest. So the 2 horse continues to take on a bunch of money, Terry. That's the one negative about putting together our picks before the show starts in terms of our $100 budget. If I'm at the track, I'm not betting any money on that 2 horse to win at 1 to 2.
No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I would be looking perhaps at the second choice in here, the 5 horse, for me anyway, Midnight Dreamer, as the one at 9 to 2, perhaps to put some bets around. We'll see. I would imagine that the 2 horse with that 14-point speed figure advantage should be the one to beat. But our good friend Tom, and he and I will be back for Foreign Fridays for the Epsom Derby, because they don't have derbies, because somehow an E is an A or R, B, Derby, will be what we do for Foreign Friday. If you hit the subscribe button, follow us on all the social sites you see streaming below, then you will know who Tom and I pick for the Epsom Derby and a few other races on Foreign Friday. They're all lined up, including the misbehaving one, Smoky Places, and they're off and they are running, and Smoky Places. As we projected, Terry, look where he is. He's on the lead. The 2 horse, as we projected, is sitting in the shotgun position. The 3 horse in there competing as well. So we have them lined up at the start, correct? Let's see if we have them lined up at the end of the race correctly in race number 1. Down around the corner they go. The 1 horse continues to set the tone at 6 to 1. Pretty good price on that. The 2 horses in a comfortable position after opening quarter of 22.07 seconds. That's fairly fast. Does look like the 3 horse could be a nemesis on the inside. 7 horses probably moving the best from the horses in the back. The 5 horse just chunking along. Don't think he's going to get a chance to catch up to them. 2 horse Terry is completely, I think, done. So it's going to be the 1 horse. Big winner. So the speed holding up today, Terry, which is a little bit of a change of pace right there. So you got a 6 to 1 horse, and it's always the next horse for me too. Mm-hmm. But I might get my trifecta box. I have the 1. He's on the win right there. Let's see who's going to come in second. I think it's going to be the 7. It's going to be the 7. Oh, 5-7. 1, 5, 7. So whilst I missed my pick 4, that trifecta box with the 1 to 2 running out of the money and the 6 to 1 on top could get me plenty of my money back on the day.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got going here. Jose, how are you? Help the show? Yes, indeed. Hit that like button. We appreciate that. Jose liking race number 2, the 3 horse in there. Hello, Uncle Jose Alameda. We appreciate you coming in from Venezuela. As we appreciate coming in from wherever in the world you are. So in the comment section, if you're watching from somewhere, be it in the United States, tell us where in the United States you're watching. And if you're watching from somewhere else in the world, kindly let us know where it is you're tuning in from. Only 9 races today at Parx, Terry. Again, anytime we do less than 10, I feel like a bank robber. I'm looking for the die to blow up in my hands, but that's not going to be the case. Race 3, we're going to make our case right now.
Okay, it's 7 furlongs, maiden claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $19,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, and in order to win at 7 furlongs, the only race like this is the day, early speed. We saw the one horse bolt to the lead and stay there, Terry. So 35% of them do that at 7 furlongs. The rail is best for faux pas. Number 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 is the worst place you can be post position wise. 8 and out are almost fair. So as we looked in the first 2 races, Terry, we want some inside speed, and we find another one that could blaze to the front here today.
That's right. That 3 has lots of speed compared to everybody else. So I think the feed 3 is going to get that quarter pole first.
We see here that none of them so far have hit par, Terry. A couple maybes in there. So that brings first-time starters to light. Usually, we want a first-time starter to have a score of 2.5 or 0. Back bullets work as well in there. So the 4-horse, Refined Elaine, is borderline in that respect. But what's not borderline, Terry, is who they decided to put on the 4-horse.
That's right. The 4 has the best jockey. 2 has the best trainer, but I think the 3 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Speaking of the 3, it's our simulation favorite in there, Terry. It also has a top last race speed figure, 8 points better than everybody else. Should be out on the lead, at least relative speaking to all of the other experienced horses, almost a 2-length early speed advantage. Down here, you see the 1 and the 3 want to be on the lead, so the 3 should be very comfortable in this spot. Everybody else middle back should favor speed, Terry, but who does this pace favor the most?
Well, the 6 shows the most favorable numbers. He'll be very comfortable, but that 3 also is above 50%, which is the threshold we think it should be. And so it's probably going to be a very good race here between the 2.
Yeah, as I pointed out many times on the show, I feel like the first starter stuff in here is one of the biggest benefits of the smart sheets. Last week, I had that 3 as a first-time starter, and that's where I got like $190 from my $5 exacta box with that 3. In a situation just like this, the 4-horse looks like could offer some good odds today, Terry. Which horses do you think offer the best chance to win in race number 3?
Well, I like the 3. My Spring Sunshine finished 3rd versus Tupper in her last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 29% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint. And her early running speed style helps her chances, so this shorter distance will be help for her. And her best start speed is fast among today's starters. Boy, lots of boxes marked off. And then the 1 is my second choice, ran 2nd versus similar in her last race. And is returning to a sprint, which will help. And then 2, looking at a star third choice, is a first-time starter whose dam has 6 winners from 6 starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Then the 6 is my long shot. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes. No additional bets for me.
The 4-horse, I'm going to go with it, Terry, again. Worked last Thursday. Hopefully it works again today. Refined Elaine, first-time starter versus all of the other horses that are no's or maybes in the does it have a par race column? Those horses have played out pretty well for me. My Spring Sunshine, that one does have the top last race speed figure, 8 points, higher than the next closest competitor. 3rd start after layoff. We all understand the benefit of that classic handicapping angle. Pace setter does have a 2-length early speed advantage over everybody else. We saw the 1-horse take advantage of that in the opener. Looking at Star, the 2-horse, next choice for me, another first-time starter with steady works, staying on schedule. And then Faux Pas, that one does have the benefit of the rail, better early pace and fractions in its last. I'm going to do another trifecta box, the 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll also point out in that opening race, Terry, profitable for the day already as the 1, 5, 7 trifecta box for 50 cents paid $112.56. That's the benefit of a 1 to 2 running out of the money.
That's right.
Race 4 is next on our chance to make money. Terry, what's it all about?
All right. Well, race 4, 6 furlongs, claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds, or fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
And to win at 6 furlongs, speed, as you can imagine, is a pretty good way to get there. The winner has the first call at the quarter-mile marker and the first call at the finish line, 32% of the time. The rail for Imperial Azteca is the best place. 2 and 3 gets a bonus. 4 through 7, not so good. And then 8 and out, they rebound back to almost fair. It's becoming a refrain, Terry, at Parx, like it is every Monday and Tuesday. Give me some inside speed, and maybe you'll give me a winner.
Well, we do have some inside speed. That one shows the most speed of all the horses in here, 38.4%. And if it gets a good clean break, good jockey decision, it's going to go to that quarter pole first.
Well, based upon the jockey, it does look like it should get a good jockey decision.
Yeah, the 1 has the best jockey. The 6 has the best trainer, but I think the 1's the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, the 1 also is the best top total pace horse, about 2.5 lengths. Again, every 5 points equals about 1 length. Lots of reasons to think that 1 horse might get there. Did show some improvement somewhere in the track last time, as most horses have. Only the 3 and the 1 showing better fractions in their race last out. 2 class droppers in here, pretty good big drops too, more than a length in dropping in class. 1 and 4 want to be on the lead. 6 is a Sesame Street horse, a co-pilot that'll sit in front, in between the speed and the closers. They're looking at these horses. Which ones should get the best trips?
Well, it looks like to me that the 4 has the best numbers for C-zone, followed up by that 2 and the 1. The 1 has a pretty good ones too. They all show C-zone numbers, but those are the 3 I think will get the best comfort.
Let's take a look at our speed chart. This is their speed figures up to the most recent 10 races relative to everybody else in the field. As you can see here, the 5, Moonfleet, has the most upside, but also some of the most downside. You see big gaps between the tops and the bottoms of these horses. That means these horses are all very volatile. The red dot marks their average race. It does look like the 5, if it runs its average race, most of the others will have to be in the top 10% of their performances. Terry, 5 horse didn't make the top of my picks. Who made the top of yours?
The number 1 horse, Imperial Azteca. She won her 2 races in a row and now goes for a hat trick. The rail post winning 21% clip, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 4, Royal Upstarts, my second choice, finished in the money in 5 out of her last 6 races. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 5, Moonfleet, third choice, finished 3rd in her last race. Her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey as well. My long shot is the 2, Hop On Me. She is trained by Scott Lake and has a high percentage winning jockey who is Paco Lopez. I'm going to play the 3rd pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 1, 2, 4, 5 with the 1, 2, 5, 6. With the 4, 7, with the 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 6. That's a $48 ticket.
Oh, I missed a pick 4 in here somewhere. All right. Well, anyway, I'll think of one. Maybe I won't. We'll see. How did I miss this one? Did I just put it in the wrong place? I don't know what I did. I thought I did this one. Anyway, let's go back to race number 4. I'm going to start with the 1 horse Imperial Azteca as my top selection. I'll put together a pick 4 at some point for race 4, and we'll come back to it. Should be on the front, almost a 2-length early speed advantage, 2.5 length top total pace for the 1. Hop On Me. Yes, that was my pickup line as a young man. It works so effectively. Paco drops in class to a level where she just missed a couple of races ago. The 5 horse Moonfleet should be better in the 3rd up, and the horse will show its best strides at the end of the race. And then Royal Upstart, the 4 horse bounce back race coming, following a strong work, but it's hard to back a horse that really bombed the last time out. The statistics say you got to be leery. No additional bets for me aside from maybe coming up with a pick 4. I thought I did that one already, but I don't know. Just sometimes my brain doesn't work right. Hopefully it works right in our assessing race number 5. Terry, what does the condition book say about this one?
It's a 6 furlongs, optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed. Purse $26,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or never won 2 races.
So to take a look at the profile of a winner for 6 furlongs for the 2nd race in a row, again, 32% get to the front and never relinquish the lead. especially if you're on the rail, Be My Queen. That's a great spot to have some early speed. Does look like in the past performances that's the case for the 3-horse. 2 and 3 also get a bonus. 4 through 7, they got to work harder than the rest. 8 and out, almost a fair post position to have, Terry. Whilst I put together a pick 4 for race number 4, Terry, you highlight some of the data in here you find interesting.
Well, I'll tell you, as far as the speed, that 1 and 2 have similar speeds. I think they might break out of that gate and go head to head to that quarter pole. The only horse that really has shown that it could exceed or equal the par plus number in the past has been the 1. And the 1 has also the best par plus number for today's race. The 6 shows that it's a 92.84% comfort zone, which is really, really nice. And then the 7 has the best jockey. The 2 has the best trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey trainer combination. They have a couple of overlays. The 1 has a 6 to 5 to 3 to 1, and the 5's overlay is from 4 to 5 to 9 to 6 to 1.
All right, I'm almost done, Terry. So excellent timing on your part. So I will just bring it up real quick for race number 4 for me. My pick 4. Let's go back. There you go. Bang. 1 2 1 2 6 2 3 4 7 1 3 4 6. Mine is a $48, just like yours, Mr. Terry.
Okay.
All right. So in race number 5, excellent job, Terry, going through the data here. 1 is your simulation favorite. Also a 2-length total pace edge. Only 5 horses in this field, and Stephen Fielder. You can find this How to Win Contests on our channel. Google it, please. And he'll tell you that in 5-horse races, you take the horse with the longest odds. It looks like that might be the 7, according to our simulation odds, Terry, with only 1 horse hitting par here. Everybody wants to be middle forward. That usually favors the speed of the speed. That could be the 1 or the 2. They do have a little bit of a gap on everybody else. Terry, who has the edge for you in race number 5?
I like the 1, Be My Queen. She finished 3rd versus similar last race, has an early running speed style that helps her chances, and has the highest speed figure at today's distance, best start speed among today's starters. And then Maggie Mischief, the 2 is my second choice, ran 2nd in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 6, Classic Mystery, as my 3rd choice, finished the money in 2 out of 3 races at Parx Racing, when one of those starts, and has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. The number 5 is my long shot, Kiwi's Got Your Back. She's won 1 race out of 3 starts at Parx Racing, and at today's distance, her early speed running style will help her chances. So this shorter distance should be a plus for her. No additional bets in here for me.
Be My Queen, Terry, should be the horse in here that everybody else has to beat. Only yes horse in the field, as we saw. It is our simulation favorite with a 2-length late speed edge. So I think that one is your winner in a race that, according to the morning line odds, should be pretty squared up. Maggie Mischief should also be forward. Won the last time the horse came off the bench, just like today. Classic Mystery, the 6-horse, that one. Best season by far, as Terry pointed out. Been really consistent lately, so at the upper end of its performance level. So it's time to either bust out or regress. Number 5, Kiwis, Got Your Back. Tough call over to 7, but more upside with only 3 races on the resume. Although, if our simulation odds are right, the 7 horse is the one to play in contest because it will likely be the longest of all odds. I have $25 left after I went through all of my wagers, came back, and I said, you know what? If I can get 3 to 1 on Be My Queen, I'll make it the $25 to win winner in my selections for race number 5, which is the exact midpoint, Terry, of today's card. Tomorrow, we're going to do Delaware Park. Thursday, we're going to do Delaware Park. Friday, again, will be Epsom. Not quite sure what next week will be because I'm going to be on vacation next week, traveling, going to visit the folks in Florida. So we'll figure all that out. And the best way to make sure you don't miss any of that, Terry, is to do what?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. If you're watching today and you haven't subscribed, please do that. And then go ahead and hit the bell so you're notified about all the great programs coming up. And go down and copy that link, share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, X at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And keep the comments and picks coming during the show because we enjoy seeing it and getting involved with you folks, and it helps with our algorithms.
Yes, indeed. Boosts our search engine score. So when people search for horse racing content on Google or Facebook or on YouTube or wherever, X, better chance that Terry and I will show up. It's an absolutely free way to help the show. Just take the mouse, click like, click subscribe, click share content, whatever it is you can do with that mouse that's free. It helps us a lot. Terry, race 6, you can help us plenty by telling us what's at stake.
It's a mile and 70 yards, claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since November 27th.
So you're finding crypto codes are working great on all Canadian tracks, especially the reverse code. Well, it's not surprising me that the reverse code in Canada works because they do everything backwards up there, right, Terry?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I don't know if they do that. I'm just busting on our Canadian neighbors because what else should we Americans do? At $170 on the main track, Terry, early speed, 1 out of 3 on the lead, keeps the lead. Inside horses do better than outside horses. So in this 6th race, Terry, anybody on the inside that the Buffalo Girl on the outside is the one to catch.
That's right. The outside horse has the most speed, followed by another outside horse to buy it. So I think the 7 is going to get the quarter pole first.
Looks like there's plenty of horses in here that can get kind of hot, although that's not the way it shapes up down here in the race shape. It does look like the 4 could be a lone E if it can get out to the front. Everybody else middle back, according to their running styles when they perform their best, Terry. Not only does the 4 look like it's got a good chance to be a lone E, it looks like it's got a great chance to get a race today that looks a lot like its top performances.
Oh, absolutely. It has a 91.84% chance, and the 4 has the best jockey and trainer, and so it's the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, it's the morning line favorite. It's also the simulation favorite. 1 to 3 horses, Terry, that have produced a par speed figure already on the resume of at least 75. Which ones have the best chance to do it again today, Terry?
Well, it appears to me that the 4 it also has the best chance. It's got a lot of good numbers in this today's data. It comes to 40.8%. Everybody else is pretty low compared to the 4.
Yeah, indeed. A couple class droppers in here, and the 3 and the 7 kind of small drops in class. A lot of things pointing to the 4-horse Terry, but the 7 does get the nod at the top of our top total pace with the 4, the 3, and the 2. Again, that grouping, usually the winner's in there a little bit more than 70% of the time. I'd say the winner is probably in your group about 70% of the time too, Terry, and we both settled on that 4.
Yeah, I like Beyond a Million. Ran second versus similar in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating. She's actually tied with another horse. High percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like the 7, Tamari. Her early running style will help her chances. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. The 3 are Tenderoni is my 3rd choice. Ran second versus similar in her last race, and she has the highest last race speed rating. She's actually tied with the 4. And then the 2 is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My last pick 4, Miami Vice, 2, 3, 4, 7 with the 1, 6, with the 5, 6, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, a $48 ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 4-horse 2. It has, as you mentioned, Terry, as we went through the smart sheet, again, a link for the smart sheet in the description on YouTube, along with a link for all of the explanations. We're getting a lot of great feedback from folks, so we appreciate all of those who have made some suggestions and just reached out and said, hey, man, I love this stuff. When can we get it? We're working on that. Hopefully, we'll have an answer for you after the Belmont Stakes, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Beyond a Million, Terry, a little better across the board with all of its pace figures last time out. Very consistent performer of late. Number 3, Tenderoni drops in class a little bit. Better across the board as well. Getting a little more distance today could be useful for Tenderoni. Number 2, Miss Chamita, the final yes horse with the 3 and 4. As we pointed out, only 3 of them so far showing that they can hit par, although a couple maybe ones in there. And then finally, Tomer. That one's got a good shot to be the pace setter. And along with that, grades out as our top total pace horse. I'll probably regret not putting in my pick 4. As we saw the first race, the 1 horse go wire to wire. That was next on my list, but I went 3x3x3x3 for $40.50 on my pick 4 there. Terry, And then that brings us to race number 7. I think we can get this one done before race number 2 takes off. So let's try to go like it's a 1,000-yard Los Alamitos race, Terry.
All right. 1 mile optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price, $25,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or never won 2 races.
Yes, and to get that second race, we're going to make one complete trip around the track. And to win, usually early speed, 1 out of 3, wire to wire. Outside, in this case, tends to do better than inside. So, Terry, in race number 7, do we have a Buffalo Girl on the outside with some speed?
Well, let's see here. We've got the 6. That's kind of on the outside, isn't it? Got plenty of speed
outside
there. Yeah.
6 might have a lot of speed, but he's got a big red no in the par race, Terry. Only the 1 so far showing it has. Look at all the improvement these horses showed last time out, Terry. This horse race looks like it can be completely competitive. 1 horse does look like it has a standout C-zone.
Yeah, that's the 3. Look at that 3 has a really good comfort zone, followed up by the 5. Those 2 are above 50%, with the 3 being way above 50%.
Yeah, only 1 class dropper in here in the 4. Wild Captain, a no horse. A lot of good jockeys in this one, Terry, bunched up in the inside.
Yeah, the 2's the best looking jockey as far as that, but the 1 and 3 also have some really good numbers. The 1 has the best trainer. I think the 1 and the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, the 3 popping out here as the top total pace. 1.5 lengths better than everybody else. Quickly, Terry, who do you like in the 7th spot?
Okay, I like in this race the number 1, Boys of Summer. He finished 3rd on the turf in his last race. May improve while returning to the dirt. Has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 22% of the races in dirt starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. 6th second choice, finished 3rd versus in the similar races last time, and his best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. And then 3 is my 3rd choice, ran 2nd versus similar in his last race, has the highest last speed rating, and Lasix is added. 4 is the long shot Wild Captain, ran 2nd in his last race, and he likes the distance. No additional bets here for me.
Boys of Summer, yes, indeed. The Boys of Summer. Baseball in full swing right now. And Boys of Summer is also the only yes horse and is our simulation favorite according to the smart sheets. Scudetto is that top total pace horse that is 7 points clear of everybody else. Like everybody else, improvement last time out, better fractions. And guess what? Today it's going to get a shot in the butt of some Lasix, which should help that horse a lot. Wild Captain, much faster fractions in its last, and it is the only class dropper in the field. And then finally, Karcharoth, 4 consecutive speed figure increases in a row, another with race improvement last time out. And according to Barry Meadows, the horses that have 3 or more speed figure increases in a row, they win at more than 15%. I call that an alpha angle. The book is called The Skeptical Handicapper. If you haven't done so and you're big into data, you like the numbers and what the numbers tell you, and that's what horse racing is, right? It's all math, folks. Take a look at Barry Meadows' The Skeptical Handicapper. Also take a look at Thistledown's free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description below. As I mentioned, in just a few minutes when the show is over, we'll post right here and read Nancy's article and take a look at her photographs, one of which is right there on the front. That's a great picture from Nancy. I really think that should be an award winner. Look at that. Nice definition. You got the jockey smiling. A lot of good stuff in that one. Let's see if we get some good stuff in race number 2, Terry, as the horses are all in the post. Jessica Paquette about to tell us what's going to happen in the second race of the day on this terrific Terry Tuesday. And then we'll have 2 races to go. Again, Delaware tomorrow, Delaware Thursday, and Epsom Derby on Friday. So a full schedule of things to do. They're off and they are running. The 4 and the 3 have bolted to the lead as we thought they might. The 6 horse is in that mix as well as the 1, although the 4 has taken over the leadership role. Had to go a little bit wide to get that done. The 3 is 1 to 5. The 3 and the 4 being your only yes horses in the race. The 4 has got out by itself, Terry, with the 1 to 5 on his tail. And then you got the 1, the 2, and that's not the 2. The 2 is way in the back. The 1, the 6, and the 5 riding in like kind of shotgun position. The 2 horse way in the back by itself, but does have that strong late speed advantage. So 23.6 seconds. They're going a little maybe on the quick side. Should open the door for the 2 to make some runs in there, Terry. The 4 as the lone E is on the lead. Let's see if they can slow it down. For the second quarter, they went 47 and 62. So they did take a little bit off there, Terry. The 4 and the 1 looks like the 4 and the 3. Looks like the 3 is going to take command here, Terry, and just roll on by. Probably going to win. The question is by how much, not by if it's going to win, because he's just rolling by everybody right now. The 3 continues to set the tone. Let's see who's going to come in second. The 5 horse is all the way up the track. Going to make it tough for him because it's kind of hard to run that wobbly path and still come home the winner. Looks like he's trying to catch that 4. The 4 is he's tired. How about that? I don't like to use that kind of language. They're just coasting home on the 3 at 1 to 5. Who's going to come home second, Terry? It's going to be the 5 horse. Kills my $5 exacta key box. Riley's Rockstar getting in there. Boo hiss, because that would have just made me a little bit more profitable. But we both advance, yay, with a 1 to 5 at the top of our second pick 4.
All right.
Not that good. You don't like 1 to 5s in our pick 4s, Terry.
No, we don't.
2 races to go, so maybe we can get something a little bit more pricey in our late daily double. Terry, how are they going to start this one?
Well, it looks like to me they're going to go to a mile and 70 yards, and they're going to go for an optional claiming of $100,000. Purse is $55,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Allowance or optional claiming price of $100,000.
That's some big money. That's Terry's lunch money kind of money right there. $100,000 to buy it. You cannot buy Counter Spy. If you could, the price tag would be right there. Is anybody in for a tag today? No, nobody so far. They're all in for a check, Terry. Nobody is intended to be sold. As you mentioned, the check here is $55,000. As we've pointed out a few times already on the show, the way to the winner's circle at $170 in Ben Salem. Early speed, 1 out of 3 on the front. Inside's better than outside. So Counter Spy, Terry, does show some 1s in its column there. Is that the one in race number 8 that should lead the way?
Well, actually, the 5 shows a lot of speed. So that 5, I think, is going to get out of there like a rocket and go to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, speediness. Should show some speediness. And 8-point early speed advantage. So that one should be about a length and a half. Although the 1 is on its inside, might make it work for that. A lot of them go fast. That 6 horse has a 1-length late speed advantage, Terry. All of them have hit par, and it looks like all of them have an excellent chance to do it again today.
Yep.
Who's got the best jockey-trainer combination?
Well, it appears to me that the 5 are the best jockey and trainer, so that's the best jockey-trainer combination. And as far as C-zones, that 5 has a 76.34% C-zone, which is be very comfortable in this race.
They should be pretty happy up on the lead there. One of the things we've seen, though, is 9 out of 10 winners do show some in-race improvement in the last start. The 5 not jumping over that hurdle, Terry. Everybody wants to be middle forward, so maybe some late speed from something like a PC, that 6 horse, could be very workable in this spot, Terry. It does grade out as our second pick. Only 5 horses in this race again, Terry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, indeed. That means the horse with the highest odds, the one to bet. At 8 to 1, though, Terry, there are no real long shots in here. This could be an all race. Who do you think should top the ticket here?
Well, the 6, which is my best bet of the day, awfully cool. He likes Parx Racing, finishing the money in 100% of the races here, winning 33% of those starts. At today's distance, he's finishing the money 100% of the time and won 50% of the starts. And then the 5 is my second choice, Speediness. Finished in the money in 8 races out of the last 10 starts, has a high percentage between trainer and jockey, and a bullet workout on May 19th. And then 1, Counter Spy, my third choice, finished third in his last race as a favorite, but has a trainer, wins 23% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, switches to high percentage winning jockey. Best dirt speed is fast amongst these starters. The 3 is my long shot. He finished second in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet 15 to win, 25 to place on the 6, $15 exacta box 5-6, and then a $5 exacta box, 156.
All right, so Terry putting all his money to work in race number 8. Hey, maybe put that 6 on top of your ticket there. You know, the other day, I had a horse that I bet money to win on. You had a horse that bet money to win on, and back-to-back races, they both won. Maybe an excellent opportunity for daily doubles as we using our picks. I have the 5 speediness getting out to that lead, Terry, and then just taking them all the way with that 1.5 length early speed, top C zone, top total pace horse. That horse can get out to the front, run reasonable fractions. They may not catch it. Counter Spy won 6 of its 9 races at Parx. 1 win in 12 races at any other track. I call that the definition of a horse for the course, and does have triple-digit speed figure ability. Awfully Cool, Terry's best bet, is my 3rd choice. Never off the board at Parx or at the distance. And then finally, the 4 horse, Lonesome Boy, was a tough call for me over the 3 at a row, but you have to have Paco in a race where any of them can win, and he might prove to be the longest shot on the board in a 5-horse race. No bets for me, because I think I have a trifecta coming up in race number 9. So still some chance to build on being profitable for the day already with that trifecta box in the opener. But before we can talk about my trifecta box in the closer, we need to talk about the conditions.
All right. So in this race here, we're going to go to at 6.5 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $15,000 claiming price, purse $28,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since February 27th. Claiming races for $12,500 are not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
Yeah, we opened with 6.5. We're going to close with 6.5. Stalkers won, although the 1 horse in the opener just got to the front and said, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. 31% of the horses do win wire to wire like the 1 did in the opener. Inside is better than outside. 8 and out, a little bit better than 4 through 7. We saw 1 go wire to wire on the lead in the opener, Terry, and it looks like the 1 horse, again, a chance to repeat in the closing race.
It sure does. It should get to that quarter pole first, I think.
Yeah, the 6 horse, though, a little bit more pace, though. That one has about a little bit length in the nose or length in the head. But the 1 horse being to the inside should make that horse work. Terry, a lot of them so far have shown that they can hit par, and a lot of them show they can come close to it.
That's right. All the as far as the ones that are going to come close, the 5 and the 8 are maybes. Other than that, all the rest of them have equaled or exceeded the par speed number, and all of them also have a little bit of a chance to equal or exceed the speed number, especially the 6 and the 2.
Yeah, good chance there. You got in here, the 5 and the 6, not showing any improvement. Everybody but the 5 dropping in class. Again, 9 out of 10 winners do show some improvement, probably because 9 out of 10 horses do show some improvement from race to race. Our race shape here, Terry, you got 1 pilot, bunch of co-pilots in here. PCs can go really anywhere. Got a closer in the 5. So this race should set up pretty nicely for anybody to run their running style. Looks like on a barbell, but plenty of them with a good chance to get over 50% chance today of a race that looks like some winning efforts.
That's right. They all show C-zone numbers, but that 1, 3, 5, 6, and 8 all are over 50%. So they have a really good chance to feel comfortable in this race. 1
pretty strong jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, the 2 has the best jockey and best trainer combination.
Yeah, and he's also tied for the top last race speed figure. Those 2 gapping over everybody else. 6-8, 2-1, top total pace, Terry. We both settled on the 2 horse as the horse to beat in this spot.
That's right. I like that too. Drops in class today. It has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races. In the second start with this trainer, she switches to a high percentage winning jockey, which is Paco Lopez. And her best start speed is fast among today's starters. Divine Romance, the 8th second choice, won her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and likes the distance. And then could be a Cougar, the 1. My 3rd choice has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 35% of the races in the second race after claiming the horse. And she has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 6 Leftover Sushi, as my long shot, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 71% of the races here, won 43% of those starts. And at today's distance, she's been in the money 100% of the time, winning 50% of those starts. I'm out of money, so there's no way I can make any kind of a bet in this race.
Mocinco, Track Dropper, Jamie Ness, Paco, number 6, Leftover Sushi. Can that kill you, Terry? Leftover Sushi? I don't know. Good chance to be on the lead. Top Par Plus horse and top Total Pace horse. Gotta like that combo. Divine Romance, the 8 horse, most late speed, maybe the most consistent horse in the field. Been really consistent at Parx, 9 times out of 11 in the money. Could be a cougar. That one should be forward, Terry. Strong C zone, but so far struggled to win at Parx. 0 for 3. In fact, hasn't hit the board. I'm going to do another 50-cent trifecta box at a 6.5 furlong. 1, 2, 6, and 8 for me in there, Terry. Thanks for joining us today, Don Johnson. We appreciate that. Real quickly, before you go, let's take a look at something, Terry, we've developed here. Let's see if it, little video. Hey, this is Rich. Every dollar you tip helps us create more racing insights, more best bets, more content. Please find the tip jar link in the description wherever you're watching.
Knock poor Rich out again. I don't know what he did wrong, but probably nothing. Here he comes. He's back.
Wherever you're watching, except for me, apparently, because
yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, you know, last week, Terry, we did some pretty good stuff with our selections.
Yeah.
Hit the tip jar. There is a link in the description below. Sorry, I kicked off all the people on Twitter somehow, so I apologize for that. Hopefully, they'll come back. All right, Terry, before we get up and out of here, here are our full picks for today at Parx. Let me just pull them up, share screen. We have I don't know why it does that. It's kind of crappy that it does that, because now all the people who watch on that on Twitter are like, where do they go? In any case, in race number 1, we had the 1-horse win, 12-1. We did end up with a nice trifecta there. Race number 2, the 3-horse, taking home the top prize. Here's the way Terry and I see the rest of this day. If you're looking for what we think about how to spend our Benny in the bets, race number 3, another trifecta box. I got that first-time starter in my mix. Race number 4, another pick 4. I put mine together during the show. You see them right there. Race number 5, I have 25 to win on the 1. Race number 6, our final Don Johnson pick 4 of the day. Terry's best bet in race number 8 on that 6-horse. And in race number 9, much like in race number 1, a 6.5 furlong affair with $1 back the box for me. Mr. Sanders, thank you for the we're entertaining. I'd like to hear that. Well, it does say, I should put that in the disclaimer in YouTube. This is for entertainment and informational purposes. I'm glad that we entertain. I greatly appreciate that. We'll be back to entertain tomorrow, Terry, in order to make sure you don't miss our entertaining, insightful, thoughtful horse racing show. What do you do?
You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's easy to do. Doesn't cost anything. Go ahead and click the bell so that it notifies you about all our good programs. Go down and copy that link, share it with your friends, neighbors, and relatives so that they can come and check us out too. I know they're going to like what they see. And then go to our social sites such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Skies X at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And then keep these comments and picks coming. We really enjoy to see them. They help with our algorithms.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you taking your time with us today. We know there are a lot of alternatives out there. And we do greatly appreciate you spending the time with us today. We try to be somewhat entertaining. We're working on some other things to make the show a little bit snappier, a little bit more entertaining, and probably a little bit quicker. So those should be forthcoming. Any help that you can provide, be it on Horse Racing Today, head on over there, take a look at our picks and commentary for the day. They'll be available shortly over there. Hit that HRT gear button. Get yourself a sweatshirt, a hat, a t-shirt. Summer's coming. Dress for the weather. Support the show. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Terry, that wraps up this terrific Terry Tuesday as we return to work from a 3-day weekend. We certainly hope that no matter what you're doing as summer kicks off, it has God's grace, God's favor, and everything you do under the sun, Terry, ends up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. We'll see you tomorrow for Hump Day with Hollywood Hay at Delaware Park on that day. Make it a blessed Tuesday.